Okay, everyone, I'm live. It's 8 p.m. Central Time. This is the time I was going to go live on Patreon for my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for being a part of my Patreon. You can ask me anything you like here. I'm here for a little while. If you guys want to come and ask me questions. If I don't see anyone in the next 15 minutes, I'm probably just going to go live on my channel in public. So if you guys are here, you need to comment, ask questions, start your questions right away. If not, after 15 minutes and I don't see anyone, I'm going to be transferring and creating another video. Okay, so hi, how are you? Please comment, say your name, ask your question. So we were going to be talking about frequency. Hi, Goddess. My G. So we're going to be talking about frequencies and omniverses. Frequencies and omniverses. Depending on your frequency during this time, depends on which omniverse you vibrate into. Okay. It's kind of like if you think about the Mandela effect. If you guys know what the Mandela effect is, it's like different alternate realities where things have been slightly changed, except this shift is going to be more major change. And if you're aware of it, you'll be aware of the shift and the major change. If you're unaware of it, you may be like feeling like you're in an alternate reality or everything just went a whole different direction. But those of us who know will know that we have basically shifted into an alternate reality based on our frequency. So if you have any questions so far, I'll stop so you guys can ask if you have any questions so far. If you don't, I'll continue. Please keep putting emojis so that I know that I'm not cut off. It doesn't matter what the emoji is, just put something. uh-huh. Thank you. Thank you, Haley Ann. Thank you, Miss Bree Beasley. Thank y'all for being here. So do y'all have any questions or do y'all just want me to talk? Because I know in the regular live, y'all, it's hard to ask questions. So I'm here. What are your thoughts on cosmic clock theory and pertaining to the shifts? I feel like we're shifting right now. It's not all of a sudden, it's a gradual shift. And I feel like our frequency determines that shift. You know what I'm saying? So as we get closer to 2020, I feel like we'll have already decided where we're shifting to based on our frequency. So right now you're choosing where you want to shift to, or sometimes if you're not aware of it and you do things that lower your frequency, you may not shift into a different frequency or a different omniverse, I'll call it. But right now, I feel like a lot of people are aware of it. They know something is going on. Our sun has a sun, which is Sirius. And as we get closer and as planets line up, it also determines the frequency of Earth as well as the people on Earth, as well as that other sun changing the frequency of all the people on the Earth as well. So we're going through a huge frequency shift, which will then vibrate on a certain frequency and possibly create or elevate or elevate those frequencies to a higher dimension. Any other questions? Hi, y'all. I'll type since y'all aren't putting emojis. And then I'll know if it doesn't go through. So, right. So as you can see this photo here, the different omniverses are kind of like these ghost worlds or frequencies that you're not able to access because you're not on this frequency or this frequency. This is more of a solid frequency. This is more of a spiritual frequency, and so on and so forth. So the more dense your frequency is versus how less dense it is depends on which omniverse or reality or dimension you shift to. Okay. So people are trying to get their frequency up. That's why they're pushing veganism and all this and that. So not smoking, not drinking, and all that's going to help you. Thank you, Goddess MG, my G. Hi, Al Fractal Fantasy. So, if y'all have questions, please get them out. This is like one of the only times when y'all can just ask me stuff, or if we don't have to keep discussing this, if there's another topic that you want to ask about, you know, we can talk about that too. So go ahead and get your questions. I'm live here for you so that you can get these questions and we can talk and go back and forth with each other. So do y'all want to ask a certain question? Ask anything you like. I'm still confused about the Son of Man. Okay, a fractal fantasy. Okay, think of man as a Caucasian person or a white person. Okay, or yeah. Think of the son as a black person. A black person born through being fathered by man. The United States of America, slavery, slave masters, slaves. Many slaves were a victim of slave master and slave creating a child. That would be a son of man. Okay, an Rh negative son of man would mean that they had an Rh negative blood type. Okay, so that is a son of man. It would be the exact opposite of being a man. Yeah, it would be the exact opposite of mixing with a Caucasian and the father being African or black. Okay, so it would be the exact opposite of what happened in the beginning. It would be the reversal. Okay, that's what a son of man is. It would be someone like a Jay-Z, a Beyonce, anybody that looks like they're African American. Because if you compare African Americans to Africans and to other cultures in Africa, they don't really look similar because they've been mixed with so much due to slavery. That is a son of man. Okay. What do you think will happen in July? A huge frequency shift. It's going to be very hot, and heat changes frequencies. Heat speeds up things. So I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of things having to do with heat, frequencies, changes, mental changes. You're going to see a lot of people go a little mental, more violence, of course. But a surprise, I feel, is still coming. It could be something good for you individually. It could be something good on a large scale for a lot of people. But I still don't know. I feel like an awakening, a shift, a mental click, just raising to a higher frequency and just being lifted, ascended into a different mental capacity. Like your mind could just open up to things that you have never thought before and will lead you to a whole new type of, life. Could be like that, or most people are still thinking it's going to be something in the sky that you're going to see that's going to scare everybody. I'm hoping for the best, so we'll see. You're reading the book of Enoch now. Can you expand on the shift in finances and the importance of creating your generations in spiritual sense, the 7 streams of income? Thank you, Goddess. Yes, it's very important to take control of your own income, because you don't want to be controlled by other people. You don't want to be made to have to do something unless you choose to do it. You know what I'm saying? Being financially free, spiritually free is part of ascension. You must, how can you say you're ascended if you hate your life and have to go and slave and work for somebody for, a lot less than your value is as a human, So that's one of the major things that you need to be focused on. And the only thing that you're going to be able to kind of do in that area right now is to be creative and use your mind to think. You need to be able to think so well that nothing can stand in your way as an obstacle. You need to get your mind frequency high. Okay. And my elixirs do that. And phase one will be back up in the 28th of June. Okay. Let me read the next question. You've mentioned before there was a video of the code words, for example, like the Son of Man on YouTube. Would you tell us again? The Son of Man, lemon, that represents it. Michael Jackson means the Son of Man, who is like God. You have to be able to translate things, and they spell it